I met a gypsy.
Yeah, nah, dude, it's pretty incredible to watch what you've done. To backtrack a bit, how the do you be 24 with a gnarly cocaine habit? Like, what does your life look like before? Because, like, I get it, but
so
it's like, how does it
when
get to that?
Okay, so when I finished, you got to remember, when I finished high school and Angry Dad took off, I was 18 years old with a random massive following just given to me. Our videos were getting millions of views every week. I was fresh 18. What do you do when you start turn 18? You start partying. Not only was I partying, I was running venues. I was giving nights, bottles for free. Everyone wanted to be around me. Everyone was giving me cocaine. Everyone was doing whatever they wanted because, like, at that time, we were getting millions and millions of views in Australia, and Australia only. Our audience for Angry Dad only ever went Australian. And
Really?
I'm 18 years old. Fuck. All of these perks, everyone wants me at their nightclubs all night, and I just got taken away and swept up in the scene.
Yeah, man, like that. Yeah, it can happen, and even like,
but it's not anyone else's fault either. You know what I mean? I also wanted to surround myself with that scene. I only made friends with people that used. I was very strategic about how I was a massive enabler myself. Yeah. So
yeah, no, I know what you mean. And even people that, like, I know people on the Gold Coast, like, I've used fucking cocaine, I've used most drugs. I'm not anti-drugs. I'm not anti-anything. I smoke weed pretty much every day. So, like, full disclaimer, there's no negative look towards drugs here at all. But
even now, I don't have a negative look on drugs because I had a negative look from the situation that I was in. Drugs were negative to me at the time because I was using them as a way to escape and get away from reality. But if I was to have a drink now or do something like that now, I'm not trying to escape anything. I love my reality.
Yeah,
that would be. I would be using it as fun. Still not interested to me yet, but if it ever happens again, guess what? I'm not running anymore. That race has stopped.
Yeah,
I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm happy with the life that I've created. So if I do ever use again or I do ever drink again, I'm not running from anything.
Yeah. Have you since, or you've still been?
So I had a beer in Hamilton in November for when my grandma passed away because my nana was probably known as one of the best beer drinkers to go down. Her nickname used to be Iron Guts because she'd sit there and drink 30 cans of beer.
Fuck, that's sick. Yeah. So I know a bunch of people here, and girls especially, that are on the Gold Coast that have, like, cocaine problems, and they are not aware that they've got a cocaine problem. Like, I've gone out with them and been around that, you know, different crews.
Can't have 2 drinks without going to get a bag.
Bro, just bags on bags on bags on, like, who wants a packet? And I'm just like, this is a lot, dude. And
but it's socially accepted. That's the problem. And
people don't understand the line between, like, I don't think people know when it's a problem. And I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's obvious because when you're like, everyone's doing the same thing. So it's like, okay, yeah, but you've all got a problem.
Correct.
Like, if you're doing fucking cocaine every single weekend, like, every time you go out, like, you have a drug problem. And it is fucking right there, right in front of you.
And to be honest, I got a fair bit of hate from that end, from people saying, like, you don't have a problem. Like, that's not an addiction. That's not a problem. Like, you weren't using it every day. Like, true addiction is when you're waiting at, like, and I was like, but addiction is relative.
It's a sliding scale.
Yeah, it was relative to me at the time. My thing was, if I had $1,000 at the time, I would have spent $900 on cocaine. So to me, that's an addictive thing.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. Like, I need to sort that out.
Yeah, it's yeah, there's definitely, like, there's one chick in particular, I obviously wouldn't name anyone, but she's a friend of a friend, and every time I'm around this chick, I'm just like, I can't enjoy myself. And I'm not a judge. This isn't coming from, like, being judgmental. This is coming from a, like, fuck, man, like, you gotta do, like, this isn't good for you, and there's not much of a future in this. And I feel like our generation too hasn't really seen the effects of just like my parents didn't do fucking cocaine. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know that many parents that I know, like, my parents did, like, drank alcohol and shit like that, but it was just like, we kind of...
No one sat around a table or a plate for, like, days on end, you know, just frying themselves, then doing it consecutively. Like,
it's not really good for the brain.
Well, it took me, like, honestly, it took me a good few months to like recalibrate. And I'm
Yeah.
sure that was all to do with that, because the way I looked at it, like when you use cocaine, like you're living on borrowed happiness. You're borrowing happiness for
From
the next
somewhere
day,
else,
and
yes.
you're spending it all
Yes.
that. So I was forever just basically in debt of happiness, trying to catch up. So once I did stop it all, like felt like fuck, I'd borrowed a fair bit. So
Yeah. How long did it take for you to feel good? Like it was a couple months.
a few months, yeah, a good 3-4 months until I genuinely started to feel like at least productive or good about what I was doing.
Yeah, man. It's like it's hard because I definitely like I don't want to come across judgmental towards anyone that's doing this shit. Like I get it, and I like to do it as well at times, and it's fun as fuck under the right circumstances.
Exactly.
But like there is definitely people out there that have a problem that don't think that they do.
Yeah, and like the good thing is everyone's capable of fixing their own thing. So if it does trigger and you feel like you might be that person from listening to this, like either one, go get help, or two, try help yourself. I mean, it's never too late.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.